Hello and welcome to Magzie's Fun Time. This is Magzie and today we are on Star Trek Online, and I wanted to go over with you guys something. I still working on getting a handle on this new skill system. So what I'm getting ready to show you is just the basics of what the system is, how many points you get to spend on everything, and that kind of thing. I will be doing Seaton's video slightly different. I'm gonna go ahead and hook her points up, and then I'm gonna show you what I decided for her. And she's low level, so she ain't gonna have a maximum amount of points anyway. But we'll actually get to see her upgrading her points as she goes along. But if you're max level, you're going to have this system, and you're going to have the maximum amount of points anyway. So I wanted to go ahead and do it on Magzie, and I have already done her skills all the way up. This is what I did for the way I play. You definitely want to go through here, and I did make a couple of mistakes. I'm going to show you what those are and what you should think about before actually spending points here or there. Again, this is for my play style. All right. Once this system gets fleshed out and everybody gets used to it, they'll be putting guides for this is how you should go or that's how you should go. But for right now, the way it is right now, definitely go with your own play style. Don't go with a generic setup that you looked up online, because you've only got one reset, I think. You only got so many free resets, then you have to start paying for them. All right. So your very first one, I would just go with your play style and follow the things that I'm going to tell you on here, and then later on down the road, 5-6 months from now, when good tested guides come out and show you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, then respec and do follow the guide. All right. So first thing you need to know is it's separated into space and ground only has a set number of points. All right. I believe it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as you see on here, you're going to want everything, but you can't get everything. So there's 10 points here, and you get a total of, let's see, 22, 32, 34, 44, 46 points here. So what do? How do you decide what you're going? The first thing people are going to tell you in these videos is, if you're an engineering officer, you go engineering. If you're a science officer, go science. Protective officer, go protective. Throw that garbage out the window. Alright? It's your play style. Alright? You need to look at these abilities and decide which one of these abilities and skills are going to more benefit your play style and your build. Alright? Don't just go down the entire science path just because you're a science character. If you're a science beamboat, you're probably going to want a little more tactical. If you're a science control, you're probably going to want to spend a little more in the science tree. Alright? So definitely look at the abilities and decide which ones are going to benefit your character. Now, how do you tell which... now I did mess up on here, and I'll show you a couple things I messed up on. I'm going to tell you first what you do. First of all, see these little dots here? Each one of these dots gives you a special benefit. The little dots here are actual abilities that you will be able to train if you're that type of officer. Alright? So, and it's for each one. So, inside this little bubble, for me being engineering on my main character, I will be able to make engineering team 3 training manuals. Alright? For this first slot here, if I was science, I would be able to make hazard emitters. Alright? And then for science, if I had this tactical dot here, I would be able to make the whole Tachyon beam. 3. So don't really worry about these unless you're wanting a specific ability. So say here that I'm definitely wanting to make the training manual. If I was a science character and I said I want to make a training manual for Tachyon's Rift, I want to be able to do that. I'm going to want to spend the points to get to here. Alright? And it tells you when you scroll over this, unlocks after choosing 17 abilities from this specialization. Alright? So after you choose 17 abilities up here, once you spend 17 points into this, you will get that ability. Alright? This level right here is 16 if I'm not mistaken. Get off there. Yeah. If this is 17, I'm pretty sure 16 points will give you this one. Alright? Now, I could be mistaken. It could be 14. I'm pretty sure it's 16, though. If this is 17. It might be 15. Anyway, you want to look at these dots here, and you want to determine, that's how you're going to determine which ones you want. Now, if you are DPS, if you're any kind of cannon or beamboat type deal, don't make the mistake I made right here. You definitely want the third dot on tactical here. So you're probably going to want to spend 14 to 16 points in tactical just so you can get this point right here. Because you can get either increased critical strike or you can get increased critical severity for your energy beams. I don't know why they put projectile weapons first and then energy beam. For me, this should be critical chance for either projectiles or energy. Alright? And then this one should be either critical damage for either. I'm guessing they put it this way, so you have to either choose either critical damage increase or critical chance increase, and I can understand that. But it makes it to where you actually have to go to this third dot here to actually get your energy weapon. So just be mindful of that. Definitely look at these abilities and decide which ones you want out of each section. All right. Second mistake some people make, not me, some people make. They're trying to go for these main abilities down here. There are cool little things, and you can get all the way up here and make it like a really, really cool like ability. But these abilities, like I can okay, first of all, you can left click on this. Stop that. And it'll pull up the info on it. Right? It's a minute and a half recharge time. Alright, so like if I wanted, stop that. Is that coming up or not? There we go. Probability manipulation here. It's a buff that lasts 15 seconds. Now you can get a increase to 15 to 30 seconds, and that does make it just a little bit better, but still 15 seconds. This is a flat increase also, so if you have say 16% critical strike, it's going to move it up to a flat 50%. Alright, this is so far when I've seen people use it, that's what it does. It goes whatever they had, just increases it to 50%, and it lasts for 15 seconds or 30 seconds if you do the increase. There's no point not doing the flat increase to 30 seconds, really. If you're going to use this ability, do it. But I mean, a minute and a half cooldown, and for me it's not worth getting these abilities. And the reason I say that is because you're going to dramatically weaken, even if you increase your DPS with it, you're going to dramatically weaken your whole ship build just by trying to get one of these abilities, and you're not going to be able to get two. I don't believe you're going to be able to get two on here. If you scroll over this, it says 24. Yeah, and you only get 46, so there's no way you can get two of these abilities. You're only going to be able to get one. And for me, they're not that useful. I mean, to you, it just depends on your build, how you work it. If you think you can get this and get all the points you need everywhere else, totally go for it. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these abilities on here. Log in, go online, look it up, see what each one of them does at each section, and make sure you go over them before you spend your points. You can scroll over these even though you haven't spent points in them. All right. Also, ahead of time, at certain sections you will have to spend so many points to move on to the next section. All right. I don't know if there's anywhere that tells you that in any kind of capacity or not. The first instinct you're going to see is there's 3 stages. I have to get all 3 stages. Do not do that. All right. Go with 2 points at the start. All right. And I'll show you why. See right here, this hull capacity. It increases your hull capacity by 15%. All right. The next stage increases it by 25.5%, which means you only get a 10.5% increase for the second point. All right. So your first point here is worth 15%. All right. If you scroll down to this third point here, this is only worth 4.5%. I could take this point and put it into another ability, say like hull restoration here, and get a 25% increase instead of that 4%. Now it's not going to be on the same exact area, but you might be able to get better results out of only spending 2 points instead of 3 in some of these main abilities. Now, say for this tactical thing, if you are a beamboat, you're definitely probably going to, even though you're only getting, if you see here, an 8%, there's a 7.5% increase from here to here, you're not going to gain any benefit from putting a point over here in projectile weapons if you're a beamboat. And the same goes for if you're a torpedo boat. You're going to put most of your, or mines, you know, there's nothing wrong with mines. Let me get a drink real quick. You're not going to want to put points over here. Now, if you are one of those people that actually runs torpedoes and beams or energy weapons, whether for beams or cannons, you're going to want points in both of these. So I would go with 2 points and the side that you're going to have the most on. So if you're going to be mostly, say, cannons, and then you're going to have a torpedo on the front for area damage, then I would go with 2 points and then 1 point here. All right. Or you can go 2 points on each side. Just depends. Depends on your build. Again, you have to look at all this stuff. Definitely, though, before you start popping off points, like this shield capacity here, right here you got shield restoration. An extra 25% bonus healing instead of a 7.5% increase in shield capacity might be better. Just this is my opinion. If you don't agree with that, post in the comments down below how you feel about that. Do you think that spending an extra point down here for a relatively minimal amount of increase is going to be that much more beneficial? And again, it depends. It completely depends on what it does. Down here, I've got 3 points in this one because that's not a good example. So that's a split one. Let's see right here. Damage control here. Regeneration rate. Shield regeneration. And to me, it's that extra little percent. Definitely take your time. Read, guys. Read. Don't just put points and stuff because you think you're required to do that. So first stage, don't select anything on here. Go through these little dots and decide which ones that you actually want, and also look, see if you want any of these training abilities also on here, on these little circles instead of the medium circles here. And that's how you're going to determine how many points you're going to spend in engineering, science, and tactical. All right, based on that. The majority of the people who play is actually going to probably end up having to spend 14 to 16 points to get this one. Just saying. Because you're going to want the critical strike increase no matter what. The only exception to that is if you're going to go with a tank build, in which case you might not go for this. You might go for more of the tanky abilities on the other specs. That's what you want to look at. Second tip I can give you that I gave you was check the third point before you put a point there. All right. See if that's going to be more beneficial to you to have that extra little bit. For me, I don't think it's going to be that much more beneficial. I think it would have been better putting an extra point over here for the extra 25% on whatever it may be. You're going to be using shield heals and hull heals, regardless of your builds. You're going to have them. At some point, you're going to have something restoring your shields and something restoring your health. So. Slowly, real quick, this is my build that I did just real quick based on how I want to play my character. I'm probably going to respec once I've tested this out. I kind of wish I had a couple extra points down here for this critical strike increase, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it works. I went with in specialization over weapon amplification. So, but again, that's another critical strike thing there. As you can see here, this critical strike bonus here, you don't even get a full % for the third point here. So, on the ground side, you get 10 points. Each section goes along with a different type of ground thing. So the first section here is endurance training, armor, regeneration in your health. This side is your weapon proficiency stuff, criticals, expertise, weapon penetration. Down here is your shield stuff, mastery, resilience, and then your kit powers over here, which for me aren't that important. You can get a bonus efficiency, which I think it decreases the recharge time. So that might be useful. I don't know. If you use a lot of kit powers and it's important to you, you're probably going to put 2 points in here, just so you can get the extra damage output from right here. Yeah. I don't know if the recharge time is going to be worth putting 2 points there. Again, this one's going to be more. You're going to go based on your play style than anything else. So, and if you like having more shield capacity or more shield resistance, you might put more points in here and less in your weapons. I like to deal more damage to people, so I did less shields and more weapon stuff. And you only got 10 points. There's not a lot you can do. I did do increased capacity on health and some armor bonus and some health regeneration here. So that's the basics of the skills. Down here, you do have dots, but when you spend all your points, you're going to get all these. So you just have to go through here after you spend points, whatever you want to do, and you make sure you pick your different bonuses. All right, you're going to get them all. Don't worry about that. Eventually, Once you get the max level, you're going to get all of your abilities down here. Just make sure you come and click on each one of these and pick the specialty that you want on these. Anyway, that is the whole new skill system. I know it's been out for a while, and I know I haven't made any Star Trek Online videos. They will be coming out. I've been enjoying all the new games that have been out lately, and there's not going to be no new games out for a while that I really want to play that I can afford to get anyway. So we will be coming back some of the series that I haven't finished. Don't worry about that, guys. They're not going away or anything. I am going to finish them. It does give me more time to try to get the melee weapon that I want. Although I'm getting a pretty good melee weapon if I ever do the next mission. So the next mission will give us a pretty sweet melee weapon that'll get us to max level, even if we don't get the weapon that I want. So, if you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. You can check them out and see if you like them. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell them that you liked it. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. And I will see you guys on the next episode. If you have any tips on my build here, you can post them in the comments down below. I will look at them. I promise you I will look at them. But I ain't guaranteeing that it's going to change anything. Also, definitely put your what you think. Should people put 3 points in the ability to get the maximum amount of stats, or should they try to put that third point somewhere else to get the extra 25% or whatever it is for that other ability? Post it in the comments below. Tell me your feelings on that, and I will see you guys on the next episode.